Hi everybody, welcome back to the SeeSaw. If you are new here, welcome. If it's your first visit, we do hope you'll stick around and consider subscribing to the channel. We do appreciate each and every one of you that subscribes to our SeeSaw little life. My name is Karen and we are a family of 3 plus a guinea pig. So my husband is Tony, who is American, and Caleb is half and half, so in so many ways, and he is 11. I spent 15 years living in the States, and we've now been back in the UK since 2010. So it was Christmas 2010, so it's 10 years since we've been back here. So a bit of a blended family in terms of our background and our kind of heritage. But we try to make the most of life. We post regular videos, mostly grocery hauls and meals of the week. So if you like that kind of video, then that's definitely a stick around. We also do, when we can get out and about, so in normal years, days in the life, family days out, our holidays, we do product reviews, we do occasional unboxings, and if we go out and do shopping in other types of stores like Home Bargains, B&M, Primark, you know, all the usual, just a regular shopping trip, then we do hauls of those as well. So I've got a few things planned for the new year. No major changes to the channel just yet, but just a few new things that I'm going to start including some things about the books that I read, and kind of share some of that with you. So we hope that you will consider staying around. If you do leave a comment, I try my best to get back to you. Don't always get back straight away, as life is quite busy in our family. We both work full-time. Obviously at the moment Caleb is not at school, so we're also trying to juggle home learning and homeschooling. So it's all very manic, but we do try our best to get back to you within kind of a few days of you leaving us a comment. So anyway, today is a grocery haul. So I went to Tesco. Now my Club Card Plus subscription hasn't renewed, so hasn't renewed yet, so I didn't get the 10% off that I've been getting with that. And actually there were very few club card pricing deals for the things that I wanted to buy today. So I have been so lucky. If you've been watching, you will have seen that I've been saving 20 to 30 pounds on a Tesco Club Card Plus shop, which includes my 10% off, but is still a significant saving even without that. And today the savings were like £3 something. So not much of what I needed today had a club card price on. I also noticed that certainly fruits and vegetables, there wasn't as much stock as there has been, and I don't know if that's a knock-on from when there were issues with the borders closed, you know, kind of just before Christmas, and whether that's now the knock-on effect of that. I don't know, but there's certainly things like berries, certainly citrus fruits which come in from Spain. Now I know there's obviously horrible weather in Spain, they've got snowstorms and things, so that could have impacted it in some way in terms of being able to get here, and it may have even I would assume it has impacted crop a little bit, so that might have something to do with it. But lettuce, which also comes from Spain a lot at this time of year, was limited. There was no citrus. There was some bags of regular oranges, just a few, and I did grab one, but no easy peelers or anything like that, just a few grapefruit on the shelf and a few lemons. But then other things were plentiful, which you would expect, which is the things like carrots, potatoes, onions, things that come from within the UK. So I think it is possibly weather related rather than Brexit and border control and COVID related. But yeah, I hope that doesn't continue for too long, because certainly a few of the things I wanted today weren't there. So anyway, that's enough waffling from me. I spent, because of that, only limited savings today. I did spend £107, which is the most I have spent on groceries for some weeks, either at Aldi and Sainsbury's or at Tesco. But I did buy a big pack of chicken breast and a half side of salmon, which when I buy those things, it always adds to the cost. So between those two things, that's kind of £15 nearly of stuff. So I don't know. I now need to see a few weeks of normal shopping without all the Christmas stuff and everything added in, as to whether it settles back down to around that kind of £80 to £85 mark, which is what I had been spending last year before things went crazy. So anyway, I will turn you around. I'll show you what I did buy, and then at the end, as always, I'll show you our meal plan for the week ahead. So there is the swoop of everything. It does go all the way around the corner. So non-food items, I just grabbed one of these. I forgot to check in the cupboard if we had any before I left. I like to make sure there's at least two. So we have a hand soap in the kitchen, we have one in the downstairs toilet, we have one in our bathroom, one in Caleb's bathroom, and then Caleb has a sink in his bedroom in a little like alcove, so we have one on there as well. So we have 5 lots of hand soap in use around the house. So I always like to make sure there's at least 2 in the cupboard. But I didn't check, so I grabbed one just in case. A pack of kitchen towel, some of our Kingsmill 50/50 bread. They did have the Tesco one, but I don't know, I just felt like going back to Kingsmill. Not that there's anything wrong with the Tesco one, I have to say, and it is a lot cheaper. Don't know why. I looked at it, went to pick it up, and then grabbed this instead. It was one of those kind of days when I was shopping. You know what it's like. Wheat crunchies for crisps for Caleb. We do still have plenty of ordinary crisps, like mixed pack and a pack of ready salted in the cupboard, but this just gives him something different. Some lemon and lime flavoured bottled water. So again, he's really sort of struggling to find something he wants to drink at the moment. He has been drinking. He bought a bottle of water at the village shop when we went out for a walk yesterday, and he has drank that, and he's filled it a couple of times and been drinking from that. So I'm not fussed, because that is water, and that's the most perfect thing for him to drink. But I know he does like to have some juice or something, either with a meal or kind of in the afternoon, and I'm struggling to come up with ideas because he's just off squash completely, and even fruit juice he's kind of wobbling a bit with that. So we'll see. I got him some of the brioche with the chocolate filling rather than the chocolate chip, just for a change. A dozen eggs, a Hershey's cookies and cream, because I wanted one of those. There is a bit of theme here, and I'll come on to that in a moment, but this is the white chocolate one with the cookie crumbles in. Plain poppadoms for a meal for later in the week. I got 3 boxes of cereal. I got Honey Monster. Caleb and I both like those. I got the chocolate chip mini Weetabix, crispy minis. Caleb likes those just as a snack. He doesn't like milk on them. He just likes to snack on them. So there are worse things he could snack on, definitely. If you look at the components there's nothing red. It's green, amber, and obviously the calories are not that bad, especially for a child. So I'm happy if he wants to have those as a morning snack while he's doing his schoolwork. Bran flakes, just because I love bran flakes. I've always loved them, even as a child. I don't like all bran, and I don't like a lot of the other bran based cereal, but I love bran flakes for some strange reason. Some randoms and some strawberries, giant straws for Caleb. He's had chocolate and he's had other sorts of sweets over Christmas, and this just sort of settles him back into having some of his normal sweets. And again, he doesn't eat a lot of sweets. Sometimes he'll go a few days without any, and then he'll have some consecutive days for a while, but he'll just have a few. He doesn't go mad with sweets. Some blue ribboned original bars, some crunchy toffee popcorn, just as something different for a crunchy snack. They did still have these limited edition in the gingerbread latte. Obviously I got I don't know if you do know this, I think I posted it on Instagram. I'm not sure that I mentioned it on here, can't remember. But Tony bought me the brand new Tassimo for my Christmas. So I'd had the other one, I think 4 or 5 years, and it was used most days, so it was definitely starting to show the signs. And this is the one where you can set the different strengths of coffee and the different heat temperature and the different size of cup that you're using. And so I have really been enjoying using that. Now I do order Tassimo from Amazon on Subscribe and Save, because then I get 15% off. I am completely out, but my Subscribe and Save delivery comes on Monday, and it's now Saturday. And I've got some lattes in this month's delivery. So come Monday, I'll have plenty. But I did see they still had these, and I thought one more go of gingerbread lattes for this year is fine. So you get 8 in a pack. Now, when I buy them from Subscribe and Save, I get 5 packs of these. So I get 40 coffees in a pack, and kind of every other month I vary it up. I have different ones, but I get some delivered every other month, and then every so often I reach to a point where I've run out completely and have to wait for it to start over again. Biscuits, we got chocolate digestives and 2 packages of Oreos, which are still 50p Club Card pricing. I then got Milky Bars, so 4 bars of Milky Bar. Now, I am the only person in this house that really likes white chocolate. Caleb doesn't. He finds it a bit sickly. And I have to admit, I do too much of it, but I do like white chocolate. So this is for me for a snack for tonight, Saturday night. And then I've got these to pop in the cupboard for if I just want a little chocolate fix. Nobody else will touch these. I'll know that they're there, and that will work fine for me. I also got some of the mini chocolate covered rice cakes. I got 2 pots of sardines in brine. So this time last year, so at the beginning of year 5 for Caleb, so he's now in year 6, so it was October 2019, he got to go on a kind of a 2-night away kind of outdoor, so they stayed at a big National Trust property, or was it National Trust or English Heritage, one of those sorts of places. And it was a big old stately home. Then they take groups of school children. They stayed for 2 nights, and they got to do all kinds of kind of outdoorsy activities, including gutting sardines and cooking them over a fire. Caleb came back obsessed with sardines and wanted them more often. And he hasn't had any for a while, so I thought while he's at home and having to find something different to give him for lunch every day, I've grabbed a couple of tins of sardines, and he'll perhaps have those with some toast or bread or something like that. Likewise, these were on special 3 tins for £2, I'm thinking, something like that. But I got 1 spaghetti bolognese and 2 of the spaghetti with little sausages in. He doesn't like beans, but he does like spaghetti in the same kind of sauce, tomatoey sauce. 2 cans of tomato soup and 2 cans of the smooth bolognese sauce. We are really liking this for a shortcut. We've tried lots of different ones, and I think this one really works. Doesn't have big chunks of veggies in, obviously that's why it's smooth, so it works for Caleb. And it is actually quite tasty, and it's something like 80p a jar, something like that. So I grabbed 2. We are having bolognese this week. I might make my own sauce. I might use one of these. It will depend how the day goes that we have that on, how the day has gone. But it's just a good thing to have in the pantry because we can quickly throw together a bolognese then. Some tropical juice for Caleb, a large semi-skim milk, as again sort of varying members of the family are at home all the time at the moment, so between us we'll probably drink more milk. A little pack of smoothies. I got the cherry, strawberry and apple one this time for him to try again. He goes in and out of smoothies. He had them every day for months, and then said they didn't taste right. They tasted like flowers, and he didn't want them anymore. And so that was the flavours that he really liked. So I've got this to see how he gets on. He did have some of the Happy Monkey or Cheeky Monkey? Happy Monkey, I think it is. Strawberry and banana ones over Christmas, and he drank those fine. So I'm hoping that whatever it was that was making them taste odd has eased. Some wafer thin cooked chicken. I do have some ham in the fridge still. 2 of these little pots of pepperami snacks. So they've got little mini pepperamis and little cubes of cheese. Some of the ciabatta garlic bread. We've really been enjoying this as a garlic bread of choice at the moment. Again, something I can keep in the fridge. These have a really long life on them, and gives me another option for something to give Caleb at lunchtime. So a little pack of 4 hot dogs. I've got a crustless cheddar and onion quiche that I'm going to use. I do usually make my own, but I don't know, everything's just so mad at the moment that I'm going to use this for some lunches for me this week. A pack of these little barbecue chicken breast fillets. So each little pack contains 1 breast fillet, and they're barbecue flavoured. They're quite handy to have as a little protein snack. 1 pack of grated cheese. I've got a little pack of 4 Greek style yogurts. I've still got some Muller Light yogurts in the fridge. Cornettos for Caleb. 2 packages of the pizza pockets, and a pack of the quick chips. So these are the microwave chips. There's 4 packs in there. Again, I'm just trying to keep my options open. This stuff will last a few weeks for Caleb, but it just gives me lots of options of things to give him at lunchtime when he's in that I don't know what I want but I'm hungry kind of mood. Likewise, a mac and cheese and a spaghetti bolognese. So one of those is, this one is refrigerated, so we'll need to use that first, but that one can go in the freezer. Some Yorkshire puddings, some frozen raspberries. They had no fresh raspberries at all, so I do have some in the freezer, but I've just grabbed another bag. I like that with my raspberries, with my cereal and stuff like that, and sometimes with a meringue and some Greek yogurt, just to have something sweet at the end of the day. A bag of our regular farmhouse mixed frozen vegetables. I wanted to do roast pork tomorrow, but they had no decent looking. They had pork shoulder joints, which I think is great if you're making like a pulled pork, but I think for roast pork it doesn't ever really work for me. It's too messy, if you know what I mean. I like to be able to carve nice slices off of a pork roast, and so the loin joints work perfectly for us, but they had none in at all. So what I've done is I've got in the freezer 3 pieces of beef joints. If you remember from my muscle food Christmas hamper, I had a really large piece of beef topside joint, and I cut it into 3 smaller joints. So I'm going to grab one of those out of the freezer now, and Caleb and I can have that. And then I got this little mini crackling pork loin joint for Toney to have, so because he won't eat the beef. So we'll have 2 different roasts tomorrow, but Caleb might have a little bit of each. That way I can use up one of those beefs, and Toney has got this little pork. A package of turkey mince, a large pack of chicken breast portions. It was one of those things where I usually write what size pack I need, and I got in there and I couldn't for the life of me think, I couldn't get an internet connection to check, and I couldn't for the life of me think what I had chicken on the menu for. So I got a large pack, and actually it's for a Mayflower curry, so I could have got a small pack, but it's okay. I can use the ones that I need for the curry and then pop the others in the freezer. Chicken definitely gets eaten at this house. Some pork loin steaks, the thin cut ones. Again, there wasn't very much pork at all, so I don't know what, I mean, pork is a Norfolk thing. It's local to us, definitely. So I don't think it travels from anywhere, although who knows, maybe we bring pork in from somewhere else and send ours somewhere else, who knows. But there wasn't a lot of pork chops, there wasn't any pork chops, regular pork chops, and the packs of the regular pork loin steaks, the not thin ones, they had none of those at all. So there was a pork issue as well today. Half a side of salmon. I did look at regular little pieces of salmon, but this is just the best way for me to buy it. It is more expensive. It's £6 at Aldi and it's £7 something at Tesco. But it does mean I can cut it into steaks, salmon steaks, the fillets, the size that I need for the family. So a smaller one for Caleb, a larger one for Toney. And it kind of works like that for us, rather than having to buy multiples of the little thin ones. Already talked about the mince. So fruit and vegetables, a bag of carrots, some close cut mushrooms, all-rounder potatoes, some brown onions, sweet gem lettuce. Again, there was a real shortage of lettuce. There wasn't much there at all, but they did have plenty of this. So interestingly, I started my career in the salad vegetable industry for a very large producer out in the Fens, and I do know that it comes in from Spain at this time of year, things like celery, lettuce, that sort of thing. So I'm sure that is the problem. And so therefore I just got a little bag of already chopped romaine, because they had no hearts of romaine at all. I got a watermelon. We had a honeydew melon last week, and Caleb and I really enjoyed it, as did Lickee. So we bought a watermelon for this week. A couple of bags of herbs for Lickee. Toney had already picked up mint and basil, so I got him some parsley and some dill. Some bananas, a bag of mixed peppers, some baby plum tomatoes and a cucumber, some baby corn, blueberries, some gala apples, and these were the only oranges they had, and they're not great, but I will just cut them up into segments and eat them that way. I do prefer to have an easy peeler or a satsuma or something, clementine, something like that. I might have a wander down to the village fruit and veg stall. He might have some, depends where they're picking them up from, but there was definitely none at all in Tesco today. So looking at our meal plan for the week ahead, so I had for tonight Thai. Now, I knew I just really fancied some Thai food, some of that kind of peanutty, spicy sort of food, but I didn't know what I wanted to make. And I thought, as I wandered around the store, I might get some inspiration from something. I might just see something in terms of a seasoning or a sauce or something and think, oh, that's perfect. But I didn't. So just down the road from us, literally kind of 6-7 doors down from us, there is a teeny tiny little pub that has the best Thai food in the area. So we are going to do Thai takeaway tonight. Tomorrow was going to be roast pork for all of us, but it'll be a roast pork / roast beef dinner. Monday we'll have salmon, potatoes. I don't know what kind of potatoes. I might make mash. I probably won't make mash with salmon. I'll probably make some kind of actor fryer potatoes, so maybe the little dices, or maybe some mini roasties, or maybe even some chips, and we'll have that with veg. Tuesday, pasta bolognese with garlic bread. Wednesday, pork chops, again potatoes and veg. That's more likely to be mash. Thursday we'll have the Mayflower curry with rice, and I'm going to have some poppadoms with that. And then on Friday we'll have pizza. May get a take and bake pizza from Sainsbury's on Friday, or we may order pizza. Haven't decided yet, but that will come next Friday. So thank you for joining us for this look at our groceries and our meal plan for the week ahead. We do hope that you are starting 2021 well, at least, even if you are like us in complete lockdown again, homeschooling children again, and all of those things. We hope that you are at least keeping well. And we do look forward to hearing from all of you as the year starts to progress. It's quite funny because as you build your channel, you really start to feel connected to the people that regularly comment and subscribe. And as I said, we do feel like you're an extension of our SeeSaw family. And I know there were some people over Christmas that said just kind of watching our videos just felt like they were celebrating Christmas with us. And it just sort of brought a bit of normal into their house if they were alone. So if that is you and you are alone, then please know you're not alone. You can leave a comment at any point. I do always see them on a daily basis. I just don't always get a chance to respond, but I will respond as quickly as I can. So for now, that's it from us, and we hope to see you back here on the SeeSaw soon.